it is high time that Athletics Kenya bid to host one of this event, and even to the organizers of the Diamond League, it is upon them to look at the nations that present the highest number of competitive athletes in their event. And if you look at the roster, other than the field events that Kenya hardly perform, you will find out that Kenya has the biggest contingent that represent and contribute to the success of each and every Diamond League event. Sports mtaani, tunawasuka maneno michezo from the eye of the people. Henry back at it again with another video here. Today we are still talking about athletics. Remember, in this channel we said we are talking about anything sports that's happening in the motherland, East Africa to be specific. And if there's anything positive or somebody doing something good about sports in the local scene, we highlight and give it a focus. At the end of the day, most important thing is the growth of sports in Africa. Let's get into it. Today we're talking about athletics. One more time, the Diamond League came to a close in Brussels, possibly a week ago. During the last weekend, that's Friday and Saturday, we saw the last round of Diamond League that was held in Switzerland. What a race, or races they were. At the end of the day, the most important thing that it has been a round of grueling competition throughout the season at the Diamond League. For those who don't understand what Diamond League is, this is a competition that is run in different cities across the world to help popularize athletics. That was the genesis and the reason why it was created. The countries in Europe sat down, that's the Athletic Council, and decided that we want to grow athletics. So they created an event that's called the Diamond League. That's a competition that's run throughout the year. I believe there are 12 cities that hosts this event. And one of the races is normally run in the US, in Oregon, one in Africa, that's Morocco. In Asia they have 2 races, then the rest of them are in Europe. So the question is, we saw how Kenya performed so well in the Diamond League this season. In the last race of the season, we know of 5 Kenyans who were able to win the Diamond League trophy at the penultimate stage, or the last race of the year. We know Beatrice Chebet won in the 5,000 meters. We know Faith Kipyegon dominated and won her 5th Diamond League of the season. What a unprecedented feat that nobody else has ever done. Nobody has won 5 consecutive Diamond League races since inception. We also know the young girl Faith went beyond expectation to win the 3,000 meter steeplechase women, to win and beat the Olympic record holder. Yeah, that's Winfred Yavi, and the Ugandan previous Olympic champion, to win in her first maiden competition in an epic stage. Even though we know in the junior levels, Faith is a record holder. We also know in the 1500 meters, Amos Serem, won that race in the last Diamond League. Also, we know in the 800 meters, wow, that was a big one. The Olympic champion won a medal for Kenya to maintain a streak when it comes to the men's 800 meters. What a year it has been for Kenya. But the reason I'm doing this video is because it's apparent that Kenya is going to remain a dominant force in athletics for a long period. Because out of these races, when you look at the age bracket of these athletes, it is only one, Faith Kipyegon, who probably would say has outlasted probably the age limit at this point in time. I'm not saying Faith is getting old, but when you compare with the people or the athletes from Kenya who won in the last leg of the Diamond League, she's the eldest amongst them. but at a tender age. We know so well Beatrice Chebet is hardly 24 years old. We know Faith, the 3,000 meter steeplechase winner, is only 20 years old. Amos Serem comes in the same brackets of the 20, around 22 years old. And the 800 meters winner, Wanyonyi, is only 20 years old. When you look at this and the age of these athletes, it makes you understand why I'm saying that Kenya is still going to be dominant when it comes to athletics for a long time. Because with athletics at this tender age, and you've started to win medals to make a mark in the world stage, you have a long time to go. I'm saying these athletes have possibly another 5 to 10 years to dominate in their individual sports. That is if they maintain their workout regimens, they maintain discipline, and continue to aspire and be hungry to compete and do their due diligence. We know so well how it's hectic out there, but at least they've shown their resilience and they've shown their dedication and hard work to represent the nation. My question when it comes to this, or my observation when it comes to this, now that the Diamond League is done, I've always wondered why Kenya doesn't host the Diamond League. Because remember, when it comes to the Olympic, Kenya was the best performing African nation in athletics, and only second to the United States in the world. At the end of the day, that kind of performance that they continuously show every year when it comes to the Diamond League, and it's not only in specific events. Kenya consistently through the circuit, from the first to the last event in the Diamond League circuit, they continue to bring athletes, not the same individuals, but different athletes every year, every event. It shows a pool of athletes that are available for Kenya to showcase out there. This is a nation that has consistently showed dominance in athletics, and I believe it is time that the organizers of the Diamond League give Kenya a slot to host one of the events in the calendar of the competition. At the end of the day, the only big events that Kenya hosts in athletics is the Kip Keino Classic, which started probably 3 years ago. And it has been successful, bringing in top-notch world beaters in these races. And the organization has been meticulously done, and the performance has been top-notch when you compare with any other sporting event or athletic event that's held throughout the circuit. It is high time that the Kenya Athletics Kenya bid to host one of this event, and even to the organizers of the Diamond League, it is upon them to look at the nations that present the highest number of competitive athletes in their event. And if you look at the roster of these events, other than the field events that Kenya hardly perform, you will find out that Kenya has the biggest contingent that represent and contribute to the success of each and every Diamond League event. If it ain't for the pacemakers that Kenya always parade to help other athletes to either contend or compete to break the records, or just competitive athletes that go there, Kenya always parade the best. Unfortunately, Morocco is the only African country that has been given a chance to host this event. I'm not saying that Morocco do not deserve, no. Probably because of infrastructure. We know how Morocco has dedicated a lot of infrastructure and has a better playing facilities. But we also have good facilities now with the modernization of Nyayo Stadium, Kasarani, and the new Talanta Stadium that will come in future. But Kasarani and Nyayo Stadium are two top-notch facilities that Kenya has that can host this event. Remember, when it comes to the Diamond League, this event is only hosted in one city or one sporting facility, and either of these two stadiums in Kenya. That's Moi International Sports Center of Kasarani or Nyayo Stadium, which is an ideal and accessible field for athletics. Either of them is able to host a successful event when it comes to athletics. Another thing I want to talk about is just like in the Diamond League, what is the federation doing to popularize athletics in Kenya? We know the Diamond League circuit is run every year from the beginning of the year to the end. Why can Kenya not have her own Diamond League run within the 47 regions that we have? If not 47, why not make those 47 counties bid to have probably 12 slots of the best rotational athletics event that can happen in the nation? What I mean is, Kenya has 47 counties. Athletics Kenya can decide to have an event, a rotational event within the year, where they have 12 athletics event that they make the 47 counties bid to host. Then every year, the counties that bids or agree to support the event and put their word and have the facility, they can always be given a chance on a rotational basis. And this will help grow the sport in Kenya and popularize athletics around the nation. It is so sad that Kenya only come to appreciate athletics talents when they're on the global scene. When they're on the local scene, this is an opportunity to give athletes from all the regions in the nation to participate and showcase their talent and bid to be recognized and compete for the nation. That is one brilliant idea that I think the Athletics Kenya should consider thinking. Because at the end of the day, if at all you're a nation that is known or renowned to be good in athletics, you can build your own locally, emulate the Diamond League that's happening in abroad and bring it home so that you have every region see the presence of these world beaters locally. At the end of the day, the most important thing is having Kenya to always provide and build on the pool of athletes that they have. And this also can help to mold and create opportunity in less thought about events such as the field event, the shot put, the long jump, the triple jump. All those events can be competitively showcased in the national circuit of athletics. That's an idea that I'm putting out there for anybody who has any idea that things that can grow athletics. Let's do it.